this Shiur on the Tefillah, we say on the Haggada, it's right before Pesach. It's interesting, at the end of the Haggada, at the end of the Maki, we say, B'chol dor v'dor, every generation, Chayav Adam leharut atzmo. Person is obligated to show himself to Yachad Mitzrayim, as if he came out of Mitzrayim. Shema, what the apostle said, children, by Ma'u, Lemu. But I would say, because of that, Hashem did to me, Mitzrayim, because Hashem didn't just save our forefathers, even we got redeemed with them. He took us out from there, the man but at the end of the Haggada, that's mamash at the end of the Haggada, then we're going to make a bracha on the, then we're going to go to Hallel and make the bracha on the Haggada. Now the question is, what does it mean that we should see that the HaKadosh Baruch Hu just out of Mitzrayim? How should we do that? How are we going to carry this Shiur that every year we learn in Haggada, that we should see in ourselves that we are coming out of Mitzrayim? It's interesting that Haggada starts also with Arba Banim Dibra Torah. Torah says that Arba Banim Dibra Torah. Torah talks about 4 children. Chacham, he asked the right question. Then Russia, Ma Avodah Dodachem, what's the Avodah for you? Then we have Tom, somebody simple and plain, Ma'azot, what is it? And then Yarishur doesn't know how to ask. Interesting that Torah, we learn from the Pesukim in Torah, 4 places that talks about Tiburat of Mitzrayim, from the mouth of the children. There are 4 types of children. Now imagine we want to make a play, and we tell a person, what do you want to be? I think that mostly everybody thinks that it's a Chacham of Haggada. Right? Everybody should think and thinks that it's a Chacham of Haggada. Nobody wants to associate with Russia or Tom or the Shiur. Now the question is, what child are we? Which one are we? Are we Chacham? The Alisho, Tom, right? Everybody relates that I'm a Chacham, and whatever that I am, I'm doing, I'm a Chacham. Everybody wants to associate himself with other ones. Chacham is the best one, and everybody wants to say that I'm the Chacham. Now the question is really, which one are we? Now the Persian said, we start the Haggada with Arba Banim. This 4 Banim, really, everybody has this 4 personality in himself. It's not 4 different people. It's one person. In some areas, that person is a Chacham. He knows it. He makes himself Chacham, or he introduces himself as a Chacham. And he says, right, he asks the right questions. Right? In some areas in life, that we have mentioned Rasha. What are Rasha? This is not for us. This is for you are too frum, too religious. It's not in my level. The person put a label that it's not for me, it's for you. That makes the Rosh. Rasha means that somebody doesn't submit to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to do what Hashem wants. He does whatever that he likes. And whatever that is doesn't like is avodah lachem for you. Somehow it justifies that it's not the right and proper. They are too frum, they are too fanatic. What are they doing? They are ruling the religion. Everybody is on this level. Some they reject it totally. They are more enlightened. They say, what is it? All is superstitious. In other words, in different ways, they label it, that's not for me, it's for you. And that is the personality of a Rosh. Then we have personality of Tom. Tom, what does Tom mean, playing? Why is he playing? Such an important thing is happening. How could you be playing? Playing means that he knows that here he should not be playing. It's a very important point. But he makes it very simple. With the simplicity, he passes by. He knows it's a very important and crucial point. I have to take care of this. I have to take care of, I have to do. It's a very important mitzvah. It's a tefillah, or it's a very important mitzvah. It's a chametz, it's matzah. It's very important. But the person makes himself plain rather than being serious and make more attention. It's a convinces him, with plainness that passes by. work so hard, don't we? Now, in some areas, a person in the Arishon. What does the Arishon mean? It's very ironic. We do that night a lot of things that children should ask questions. We change the order, we eat karpas before, we take away the carrot, we do special things that mamash special things. First of all, all of the thing is different. And more than that, we go out of our ways, we do special things that the children should ask questions. And if they are shown, Persian say they are shown doesn't mean that doesn't know how to ask. A little bit sechel, you know how to ask. It's careless. It doesn't want. Therefore, a lot of times, a lot of nikudot in life, we pass by, we make ourselves careless, we make ourselves numb, as if we don't know, as if it's nothing happening, as if we don't want to accept the truth. You know, very interesting incident. Last night, I was coming back, and I heard a noise in my car when I was getting back home. It was late at night. And I said, sometimes noise happens, there's nothing wrong. And I just parked the car, I looked at the car a little bit, it's a little bit strange, but I passed by, I had to go to sleep. And then this morning, when I came to drive the car, I saw that my tire was flat. How much long in life you get the messages that you make yourself a daily show. You don't want to ask questions. You don't want, because you don't want that night, you don't want to treat with it. Last night would have been much better if I would have known that my tire was flat. I would schedule myself. How should I get Shiur? What should I do? How should I manage the day? It would have been much more helpful than morning you just get out and you see the tire is flat. In other words, I told myself, see, if I would have paid attention a little bit more last night, then my morning would have been much different. That's in the show. Sometimes we make ourselves numb. There are messages in life. The Shpal who gives the message that you have to ask questions, you have to be prepared, you have to find out. But we make ourselves really sure, and we have to understand that at the end of the day, nobody gets a free ride. At the end of the day, the consequence would be for ourselves. Therefore, first Haggada introduces these four personalities. See, Haggada is not such a tragic thing to put children together. It's a Seder, it's a Rasha, it's a Pump. The idea is not tragic. We never do that. Everybody Seder. Everybody Seder. No, the point over here is not differentiate between people. It's a differentiate between personalities. At the end of the Haggada, we say President is Chayyav to come out of Mitzrayim. How do we come out of Mitzrayim? Mitzrayim means Netzer. Netzer means border. How in every generation puts the Hal Israel back to Mitzrayim, borders, makes a box, and doesn't let the person come out of the box. This is your life. This is your from time. This is the way that you learn Torah. This is the way that you keep Torah. This is the way that you relate to your wife. This is the way that you relate to your children. You put that in the box, and it doesn't let us to come out. It doesn't give us that even imagination to come out. Whatever that it could do, it put borders with the technology, the media, with whatever that they could, it built you up. Now, all of the Mitzrayim is that every generation they have to come out of borders. Now, how do we come out? The beginning of Haggada introduced us these four personalities. It tells us be aware of it. And it goes through Haggada, it's through missing, miracles, whatever that was what relates to us, that through that, person should diagnose himself and find out himself which area of the chacham. And I feel I'm too chacham. I feel I know it, I don't get to other people. Which area I'm a tom, I'm playing. I make myself playing. I don't pay attention to whatever that I have to pay attention. For which areas I'm ideally sure, you have to ask more to find out more. So that night is a transformation of a person throughout drinking, throughout eating, matzah, pesach, maror, all of these things. A person with himself is a different zone. He's in the zone of finding out his haro, and finding out the borders that Paro made for him, and try to understand how to become out. And the fact that a person sits by Haggada, and his destination is tonight, I want to come out of Mitzrayim. I want to come out of the borders. Using the mitzvot, using the Shiva, Beracha that Akash Baruch Hu sends, it is a guaranteed success that person could do. But person just wondered by the Seder, what am I going to do? Okay, when are we going to eat? When are we going to end up? What time are we going to this is a wonder truth. It doesn't help me. I have to understand there's a destination. Yes, I have to get to the children, I have to get to everybody. But within ourselves, there is a destination. There is what's happened. And identify this full personality in oneself. If you cannot identify, there is something wrong. There is an area that the person is a chacham. You have to work on that. You could become more chacham, or you tell yourself chacham, but you have to ask questions. Some areas the person is a Tom, it's very plain and goes. It's not so plain, it's a very important subject. Some areas the person is Rasha, it's Lachem, it's not for me to the labor. Some areas the person makes himself numb. Therefore, through whatever that's happening, the person finds out and takes himself out. That's a Shiur of the end of the Haggada that we should come out of the Mitzrayim. That's fulfilling the obligation of coming out of Mitzrayim.